agencies given green light along Tunduma and Nakonde border. And in sports, the National Wushu Association has selected 26 under-17 national team players who will participate in the 2022 Youth Olympics. Good evening, this is Capital News at 9:30. My name is Khadija Zimbwe. First, the national news. Chama cha Mapinduzi CCM Central Committee has expelled its cadre, and former Foreign Minister Bernard Membe issued a stern warning to former Secretary General Abdul Rahman Kinana and pardoned Yusuf Makamba, a former CCM Secretary General. The latest developments were announced by CCM Ideology and Publicity Secretary Humphrey Polepole in Dar es Salaam during a meeting to discuss, among other things, the report submitted by the Ethics Committee on the three cadres after they were summoned and questioned on alleged misconduct.
Kamati kuu ya halmashauri kuu ya taifa.
The National Council has decided with one voice that Bernard Camillus Membe to be removed from the party. This decision came after his party records show his behavior since 2014, whereby during this time he has been punished on numerous occasions, which should have enabled him to mend his ways, but this has not been the case.
Na kamati kuu imetoa msamaha huu kwa msingi kwamba mzee Yusuf Makamba.
The National Council has extended this pardon the fact that during the entire period, Mzee Makamba, from the time charges against him were brought, he has been upright and humble and has been obedient to the party authority. But most importantly, Mzee Yusuf Makamba asked to be pardoned in a letter. We've heard from Abdul Rahim Kinana, and it has been decided that he should receive a warning.
Serikali imeagizwa na kamati kuu.
The government has been instructed by the National Council to put in place stringent controls in all borders so that for all visitors who enter our country, there is a good system in place so as to protect the health of our people.
Zuri unawekwa kuhakikisha ya kwamba nchi yetu na Watanzania wanaendelea kuwa salama.
Now, central banks of Tanzania and Zambia have officially authorized the use of shilling and kwacha currencies on both sides of the border of Tunduma and Nakonde 2 years after the governors of the two banks signed an agreement in Tunduma, Momba district.
This was started by heads from Bank of Tanzania and Bank of Zambia, and today this has officially begun.
The implementation of the Memorandum of Understanding will provide numerous benefits to our citizens, which will include reduced tax evasion by unregistered money changers. Number two, reduced exchange rate distortions. Fair competition as parallel markets will eventually be eliminated. And having said this, I will aid my counterpart here, the District for Momba, to also make sure that security officers go on undesignated places where trading of this kwacha and shilling is done, so that we completely eliminate this. Because this is an instruction that we should just abide to it. Number four, reduced unwarranted currency speculations. My fellow Nakonde and Tunduma residents, this is an opportunity for us to change the way we have done business for a long time and embrace the change that authorities from both sides of the border.
Tanzania's MPs in the East African Legislative Assembly have walked out in protest against members of parliament who have approved a customs amendment bill which they say will not benefit Tanzanians. The members of parliament walked out when the Speaker Martin Goga was preparing the legislators to vote on the bill.
Kupata misukosuko siku ya nyuma, bandari zinaonekana kwamba hazina ufanisi kutokana na kwamba bidhaa zinakaa sana bandarini.
In the past, there was an issue with ports not running effectively. It took a lot of time for stock to be cleared. The law permits the importer only 21 days, and if the period exceeds, then there is a fine to pay. But for goods on transit, the 21-day period also applies. This is important to prevent goods on transit from entering the market and compete with goods from business owners who have paid tax.
Hata haziwezi kaa kwenye gala kwa zaidi ya muda. Maana wewe mfanyabiashara umeleta mzigo metric 1060.
It should not stay in the warehouse for long because it is costly to business owners. What we ought to remember is that those within specified time should not be charged twice.
Punishment kwa kuweka mzigo zaidi kwa muda mrefu. Sisi hatuguzi hayo.
Ukerewe District Hospital in Nancy, Mwanza region has suspended some of its services following a 3-day power blackout in the district after 3 electricity poles fell at Kisoria area in Bunda District Mara region. Patients at the hospital have urged the health department to ensure there is a generator which can be used during emergencies whenever there is a power cut.
This could be very tricky for doctors, especially during an operation, and very dangerous to the patient.
Madhara makubwa yametokea sasa katika huduma za wagonjwa kuhusu vipimo. Kuna baadhi ya vipimo vingine lazima vifanyike kwa kuwepo kwa umeme.
Some of the tests must be done in machines powered by electricity, and we don't have a standby generator. So a lot of laboratory testing has stopped. This has affected the patients and how we collect revenue. This has been caused by the heavy rain that we experienced, which has made the ground soggy and brought electricity poles down. So it is a natural disaster. If everything goes well, electricity should be restored soon.
President Dr. John Magufuli has inspected construction of the National Muslim Council of Tanzania Mosque in Kinondoni, Dar es Salaam, which is being constructed with the support of King Mohammed VI of Morocco, following a pledge made by President Magufuli when he toured the country in October 2016. President Magufuli expressed satisfaction on progress made on the construction work, while the Mufti of Tanzania, Sheikh Abu Bakr Zubair bin Ali, prayed for President Magufuli and the country so that God can protect Tanzania against the coronavirus, for peace to prevail, and for a peaceful general election later this year.
Kwa hiyo la pili nimekuja kukushukuru kwamba mmeamua kumtanguliza Mungu katika kupambana na mabalaa.
I've come to commend you for choosing to put God first in dealing with disasters, and may God protect us from the coronavirus. So we must stand together praying to the Almighty day and night. I'm confident that God will hear us. From the way things stand, I will prepare to invite the King, if he can personally come, or his representative on the day of official opening, and I pray that I may also be able to attend. Yesterday I saw you reported in the media together with other Islamic spiritual leaders choosing to put God first in the coronavirus outbreak and in other disasters. This has deeply touched me. You did not worry about other things, but chose to put God first, seeking his guidance. I believe your prayers will not be in vain, and that our country will not be affected by it. I ask other religions to put God first because he is good.
The head of the National Service, Brigadier General Charles Mbuge, has said use of internal sources as well as implementation of development projects will enable the Suma JKT Production Department operate efficiently. He made the statement when launching 4 vehicles and 5 motorcycles worth 469 million shillings, which will be used by Suma Guard in protection activities.
Kutumia vyanzo vyake vya ndani na kuweza kuanzisha baadhi ya miradi.
From internal sources and new projects, it is clear that our institution is growing and has competent staff in facing challenges and finding solutions.
Kuwa la kisasa na lenye nyenzo zake zenyewe.
It has become modern and self-reliant by having our own vehicles and plants. We've been able to lower operational costs and increase profits without affecting operations.
Magari ya fande yaliyonunuliwa kuna magari mawili ya tani 18.
2 18-ton vehicles have been purchased and a small 3.5-ton vehicle which will be used by the cleaning company.
The Ministry of Health, Community Development, Gender, the Elderly and Children has directed all district councils in cities to come up with laws, as has done Ilala District Council, which prohibits people from giving alms to beggars and parents from using their children to beg in streets.
Tumeona kuna wimbi kubwa sana la watoto kutumikishwa kazi katika barabara na wazazi.
There has been an influx of children begging on the streets sent by parents. I commend Ilala Municipality Council for deciding to fine those who give money to street beggars. But I would like them to go a step further by taking action against parents with children on the street. I ask other municipal council across the country to do likewise.
Uwezo wa familia tunashirikiana kwa karibu sana na halmashauri za miji na wilaya katika
We are working with municipal councils across the country to identify families which could benefit from this program. We help them to become financially stable and train them on how to take care of the family.
Mfumo iliopo katika kuhakikisha ulinzi na usalama wa mtoto kule walipo.
Experts on energy issues from member countries of Southern African Development Community meeting in Dar es Salaam have approved 9 recommendations, including implementation of a program which aims to connect member countries with natural gas-generated energy in order to reduce the destruction of environment caused by cutting of trees for charcoal production.
Tumekubaliana kimsingi masuala yetu ya kupeleka kwa mawaziri na mapendekezo kupeleka kwa mawaziri.
Recommendations will be taken to the ministries. The meeting has gone well. It has been a success. We've agreed as SADC members that we must put more effort so we can help each other.
I think one of the key discussions has been the exploitation of nuclear energy, which is an upcoming energy alternative covered by the SADC protocol, and it's a resource which is recognized, and as member states it's an energy source which SADC member states now are also discovering within their countries. Basically they are extracting the resource, but there is need to then to be able to handle the resource, because its poor handling can lead to very disastrous results. So that's one of my key takeaways. We still need to put up the necessary mechanisms, the necessary legislation, and also to follow the guidelines that are provided, so that we are then able to handle that resource. So it's got potential to play a very big role in the supply of energy within the sector.
And that is the end of national news. International news follows shortly. And in international news, Hopes that the coronavirus would be contained to China have vanished as the first case of sub-Saharan Africa was announced in Nigeria and stock markets took a pounding amid fears of a global recession. In China, the epicenter of deadly disease, the National Health Commission reported on Friday at least 44 new corona deaths, bringing to 2,788 the number of fatalities nationwide. Coronavirus has killed more than 2,800 people and infected more than 83,000 worldwide. Nairobi court has ordered the suspension of all flights from China to Kenya over the coronavirus outbreak. Justice James Makau issued the order on Friday pending hearing and determination of a case filed by the Law Society of Kenya. Those named in the petition include Chief Secretary for Health Cecily Kairuki, China Southern Company Airline Limited, and Kenya Airports Authority.
Kweli hichi jambo lilotokea jana kuona kwamba ndege ya China imeland katika nchi yetu.
Honestly, what was witnessed yesterday where an airline from China landed in our country has caused panic attacks to the mass. As Kwale's senator, I am aware that there are Chinese in my county who have road construction contract from Jego to Vanga and another road from Dongo Kundu to Ngombeni. And all its workers are Chinese. As Kwale County, we urge the government to take immediate measures. Otherwise, a lot of people in Kwale will be destroyed from this virus, which is more dangerous than HIV. If possible, I would wish for the Chinese workers in Kwale County to be screened just to make sure that our people are safe.
Kulingana na vile compare na vile janga.
If we try to compare with the ongoing virus in China, we need to put a lot of efforts.
Tumeanza.
And that is the end of international news. Business news follows shortly.
Watch Business Edition as we talk to business leaders and experts in sectors that are transforming Tanzania's economy.
We believe that the driver is the customer.
To change the mindset of traditional HR to the digitalization.
Make sure that everybody can get some access to financial services.
And once we understand the vision of our leaders, we then need to be behind them and help them in achieving that vision.
Business have involved mercantile operations, trade guilds, or shared agricultural production, infrastructure, construction, financial sectors, tourism, and mining. Business Edition on Friday at 8:15 p.m.
Welcome back, and in business news tonight. The governor of the Bank of Tanzania, Professor Florence Luoga, has warned on the problem of manufacturing of fake notes in the country. He gave the warning when talking about the current economic situation in the country.
Pesa ipi ni halali, pesa ipi ni bandia, kwa sababu
So far, we have arrested not less than 6 or 7 people in possession of fake notes. This is a murder case, an economic sabotage offense, regardless of how much amount of money he or she has.
Na ni kosa la kuhujumu uchumi, na ni kosa ambalo halijali kiwango gani unacho.
has assured investors and entrepreneurs in the country that it will consider their interests and address various challenges facing them by creating a conducive environment. As the government, we will continue regarding Mwanza region as a very strategic region, among others, as a means of recognizing its economic potentials and distributions in the country. My call to investors is to continue exploring and invest in all opportunities available. Sika Tanzania, a company that produces Sikalite waterproofing products, has called on Tanzanians to use its product to repairing effects caused by moisture on buildings.
Sikalite inatibu na kumaliza tatizo hilo.
Sikalite is available in a pack of 1 kilogram, which goes with 1 bag of cement and 250 kilograms of sand, enough ratio for a complete plastering.
Ratio ya kufanya plaster.
Sikalite ni waterproof powder.
Sikalite is waterproof powder that supports houses and walls from being affected with moisture or saltiness.
Isipate athari zozote za majimaji wala chumvi chumvi.
And that is the end of business news. Sports news follows shortly after this break. We'll be right back.
Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment and going away. Gay trying to go with him and he's being dragged through the second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment and going away. Gay trying to go with him and he's being dragged through the second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Opposition, Marquinhos, he did lose to Lynn.
Welcome back, and in sports news. The National Wushu Association has selected 26 under-17 national team players who will participate in the 2022 Youth Olympics, with the team being under 3 coaches from China.
Because all of us, we're from the China national team, so we have the master from the special Sanda, special for martial arts. So for the Darasa, it's fine, everything is fine. So we're good, because we have the plan, we have the plan for the 2 years, what we teach in this month, what we teach in next month. So in this, we have the plan, we will do it for that. So in the future, everything will be fine.
The Dar es Salaam Volleyball Association, Dareva, has pushed forward the regional league that was to start on 8th of March as it collides with the National Volleyball Association's calendar. It will instead start on March 22nd.
A few things had collided in terms of dates, so we saw that the only way is to push forward our competition so as to go along with TAVA's calendar. The competition will now start officially on the 22nd.
Manchester United will face LASK in the last 16 of the Europa League, while Inter take on Getafe, and Wolves will look to succeed where Arsenal failed against Olympiacos. Here's the report.
Steven Gerrard's Rangers face a tough test against Bayer Leverkusen, and 5-time winners Sevilla lock horns with Roma. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is looking to emulate his predecessor Jose Mourinho by severing success in Europe's second-tier competition. The Portuguese guided Manchester United to glory back in 2017 with the Red Devils having endured a barren run on the trophy front since then. They will, however, be confident on prolonging their continental campaign 3 years on after being paired with the lowest-ranked side left in the competition, Austrian hopefuls Lask.
Jurgen Klopp is pleased to hear that Timo Werner admires his Liverpool side, but the Reds boss will not be drawn on talk of a possible move for the RB Leipzig striker.
It has been suggested that the Premier League leaders are planning to trigger a £50 million release clause in the summer transfer window. Were such a bid to be tabled, then talks could be entered into with a prolific German international. Werner has opened the door for an approach from Anfield to be made, with the 23-year-old admitting to be very proud of the speculation that he is generating.
Aymeric Laporte is facing up to another month on the sidelines at Manchester City with an hamstring injury, Pep Guardiola has revealed.
The defender left the field in tears after picking up an ultimately knock during a 2-1 victory for the Blues over Real Madrid in the first leg of a heavyweight Champions League last 16 encounter. He finds himself back on the treatment table as a result, having already set out a large part of the 2019-2020 campaign. City struggled for consistency during Laporte's early absence, with a key man ruled out just 4 games into the current Premier League season. He was not seen again until January and has managed only 4 further outings before being laid low once more.
And that sports item ends on News Bulletin for tonight. My name is Khadija Zimbwe. Thank you for watching and good night.
In Tanzania, we have an amazing array of places we call home. But when it comes to interior designing, decorations, and gardening, we don't make the most of the spaces. On the decor